was, at that time, it was a perfect fit. You know what I mean?
Right. Can you take us back to how you and Honda end up linking up?
We actually lived in the same neighborhood. He lived on Roosevelt Island. His man, I guess, like his dude that came with him from Japan, he used to go to the store every day, and we'd be outside the store every day, and he was cool. He would always say, "What's up?" and all that. So then when he told us who he was with, we was like, "Oh, okay, you know, we never really heard of him or whatever." He couldn't really speak that much English. But funny part is, even without him speaking English, once we actually met, we realized we had the same manager at the time. You know what I'm saying? I was being managed by Peter Kang, and he was being managed by Peter Kang. You know, but he was on Sony Japan or whatever it was, and we just start, like, first we meet, and then we start listening to beats because he made beats and all that, and I'd be rhyming, and I'm pretty sure he didn't understand everything that I was saying, just like I didn't understand everything he was saying, but the music spoke for itself. You know what I'm saying? And then, not for nothing, we just started recording like 3-4 songs a day for like 4 years straight. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was crazy.
How did you get with Real Deal Recordings in '98?
That was when Honda split from Sony. He wanted to do his own thing. And, you know, me at that time, now me and him is tight. You know what I mean? Like, we rock every day. We performing, going overseas, doing shows, doing all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he wanted to start his own thing, and he called it Real Deal Recordings or Real Deal Records, something like that. And obviously, I was going to be the first artist that he put something out with because we was doing so much together. So he figured, yo, who better than you to do it?
Right. You came out with the single "Rep to RI." What was that reaction like when that hit the streets?
That was kind of funky because, I mean, all my people loved it. You know what I'm saying? And overseas really loved it. But outside of that, it wasn't really like, it wasn't the buzz I got from like Verbal Attack and My Crown and all that. You know what I'm saying? But overseas, it was crazy. Like, you go to Japan and they loved it. You know what I mean? They knew the words to it. Italy, they knew the words to it. Like, but then over here, it wasn't as big, which, you know, still didn't deter me because I'm like, to me, it was great. You know what I'm saying? I loved it. All my peoples loved it. You know what I'm saying? I'm representing my block, and that's what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right. How come a whole project didn't materialize with you and Honda?
I mean, I don't know, honestly. I mean, I think it was just, he was setting what he was doing, and I was setting what I was doing. You know what I mean? Like, I felt that things should be a certain way, and he felt that things should be a certain way, and, you know, it just never really worked out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to downplay the situation because we had a lot of great music. You know what I'm saying? But when your time away from home doesn't add up with the money side of it, it's like, yo, I'm kind of wasting time here. You know what I'm saying? And then now I got a son, and you know what I mean? Like, you know, we fast forward, I know I might have another son, so it's like, I'd rather have the time. If the money ain't going to materialize, then I'd rather have the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right. After that situation with Honda, where does Black Attack find itself?
That's actually once the Honda thing kind of started to die down was when the Missin Linx thing really picked up. You know what I'm saying? Because we started doing the tours with Honda as Missin Linx. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were just putting it together. So when we would go on tour, yeah, we would all do our solo joints or whatever that we did on Honda's albums and all that. But for the most part, it was Black, Tariq, Probs as Missin Linx. You know what I mean? So we would all do our solo joints, and then boom, we come out and do some Linx joints and all that. You know what I mean?
Right. What exactly was Link Inc. recording? Is that something you guys started for Missin Linx, or was that already in place?
Yeah, no, that was something that we was gonna. I mean, we were really gonna push. Like, it's crazy when we talk about it because Link should have been so much more than what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had a bigger buzz than a lot of people around us. You know what I'm saying? But the people around us was getting more love than we were, and they were being pushed a little harder. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know, I ain't going to call out names and say who did what or whatever the case was, but Link should have been way bigger. We had way better material, and I just feel like we were better artists than a lot of dudes around us. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You guys dropped M.I.A. and Locked on that. Was that on Link Inc. recordings?
No, that was actually on Stimulated.
Okay.
So even when we dropped Exhibit A, that was on Stimulated. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And yeah, it's you know, it's sad that, you know what I'm saying, it didn't get to where it should have been, because in my eyes, I feel like our buzz was crazy. You know what I'm saying? At the time, the songs we made fit our characters. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't come out of character to make Missin Linx, and we ain't try to be somebody we wasn't. Like, we gave you exactly what we was, and people loved us for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The first single I believe was dropping. Was it M.I.A. or
Yeah,
Family Ties?
yeah, no, it was
Okay,
M.I.A. Yep.
okay. What kind of reaction did you guys get when that hit the streets?
Well, first it was why y'all steal Dre beat, and it was
That's
like,
what you
nah,
got first. I was gonna get to that, but
yeah.
you caught that out the gate.
Oh, right out the gate, everybody's like, yo, how you steal Dre beat? And I'm like, bro, that song been out way before Dre even. I don't know before he thought about it, but before they put it out, bro, we put that out already. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had that out, and the streets was buzzing off it. But I mean, let's be realistic. It's us versus Dre. Who gonna win that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, and
Would
their
you
song was hot. It wasn't like it was trash, but of course, I felt like I was better. You know what I'm saying?
do you think that when Dre dropped that, did that slow up your guys' momentum?
I think it slowed up M.I.A. You know what I'm saying? I think it, I mean, and M.I.A. was still big, you know, according to our standards and all that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it definitely slowed us up because, I mean, as a fan, right, if you don't really know us like that, but you know Dre, right? Who you going to pick? You know what I'm saying? You'll go buy Dre joint. I would have bought Dre joint as a fan. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Right.
you know, you take that. Honestly, we kind of took it as a compliment. Like, well, if he heard I was first, then that means he liked it. So he went and did it better. You know what I mean?
Right. At the time when you finally hear the next episode, what's going on through your mind? Were you, like you say, flattered, or were you like, what's going on here?
Kind of both. Kind of both. Like, I'm flattered, but then I'm like, well, like, what do we got to do to get that kind of attention? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I think the one thing that always separated us was, I mean, if you look back at our era, right? Like, there was a lot of people that kind of rhymed the same. You know what I'm saying? It's not that they sounded the same or they made the same exact kind of music, but everybody kind of rhymed the same. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact that one of my downfalls was I ain't never want to sound like nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never wanted to rhyme so they could say, yo, he rhymed like this dude or he rhymed like that dude. Like, nah, we was never going to do that. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't sell, I don't sell, but this is me. This is what you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
Reek and Pros was the same way. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we fit like that. But I mean, you know, there's a lot of things that we could have done probably to, you know, open our avenues up a little more. But I mean, at the time, everybody's stuck in their ways, man. So we just felt like that was it.
Right. If we can back it up a little bit, how did you guys end up over at Stimulated?
That's a good question. Um, if I gotta think back, I want to say that had something to do with our man Dagan, Dagan Ryan from downtown. He's with Zoo York and those guys. I think he was working for Dante Ross, and I believe somehow or another that they got plugged in with that where he wanted to sign us, and you know what I mean. But you know, I'll leave that one at that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I can't ignore this question in the chat. The rap battle between Black and Tech and Nas. Can you fill us in on?
Yeah. All right. So, all right. Yeah, it's crazy. So, back in the day, all right, I'll say this had to be probably about 92. This was before Nas dropped Illmatic. So, we at my man Peter Pan's house, and, you know, we just drinking, smoking, chilling or whatever. And this is when I used to freestyle and all that. And Nas was coming up through the circuit. I mean, everybody knew who Nas was. So, he was hanging out with my homeboy's sister or whatever, and he wound up coming in the room with us, and he started spitting. So I start spitting, he starts spitting. We just going at it for like a good hour or whatever. And you know, at the end of the day, it came to the point where it was like, yeah, okay, you nice, bro. Like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he gave me my props. So you know me, I ran with that. Like, yeah, bro. Like, I smoked Nas. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, in all reality, Nas smoked my whole career. Because look at him now. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
it was. I tell you what though, it felt good to be able to go at him like that. You know what I'm saying? And hear his feedback to me. You know what I'm saying? So it was all respectable. It was no disrespect. It was nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But it was definitely a thing where I definitely smoked him real quick and, you know, took that W. You know what I mean?
No doubt. Was this Zebrahead Nas at the time? Did he
No.
have
He had the half moon, you know what I'm saying? He had the half
halftime?
moon with the army jackets and all that. This was right before he dropped his album, right before he dropped Halftime.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know what I mean?
Very dope.
Yeah. Nah, it was dope though. It was dope. It was dope. I tell you like this, if I could do that one thing again, I would do that because just to see where he is now, you know what I'm saying, and to remember him rhyming that day was classic. You know what I'm saying?
Did you see the star power in him back then?
You did though, because he had a real humbleness about him. You know what I'm saying? Like when he came and sat with us, like he came and sat with us like he wasn't nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just a regular dude from the street. And I know deep down he had to know, we know exactly who you are, bro. Like you Nas. Like, you know what I'm saying? You the nigga from Queensbridge. Like, you know what I mean? Right. So everybody knew who he was. But I was just like, look, bro, I'm nice. I don't care who you are. Like, you gonna come in this room, we gonna rhyme. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna rap, bro. You know what I mean?
Take us back to that Stimulated deal. What was that project for? You guys ended up releasing a 6-song project. What was the details to your deal over at Stimulated?
Well, I mean, obviously it was to do an album and all that. You know what I'm saying? That never materialized, but you know, we wanted to start with the EP. Let's get the buzz going out. Everybody know who we are. We already been touring with Honda for years. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it was supposed to be big. You know what I'm saying? But it was just, I don't know, man. They never gave it the push that they were supposed to, and it never worked out. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
You know.
Were you familiar with that white label, Family Ties, with the remix on Prodigy?
Oh yeah, yeah. We went to the studio to record that pretty much right after Prodigy finished the chorus for it. You know what I'm saying? So as he was packing up to get up out of there, we was actually going in. You know what I'm saying? So it was dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was dope. The simple fact that Alchemist was able to get him to actually do the chorus for us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't really know us like that, but just on the strength for Alchemist, he did it. You know what I'm saying? And I always respect the Alchemist for that. Like, you know what I mean? Because he didn't have to do it for us, but he definitely did it, and he laced it.
How'd you guys end up linking with the Alchemist?
Actually, I linked up with Alchemist through Tariq and Vic. And he actually did he did the B-side of my single, My Word, under Sean Boston. When I did that under Pentagon Records, he did the B-side to that, and we was cool from there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And Alchemist has always kept it funky. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you already know his beats is incredible. So just me being able to get on one of his joints, I was like, oh, of course. Like, come on, that's mandatory. You know what I'm saying?
Right. What's a great memory of Prodigy that you can remember?
Honestly, the only real memory I had is him coming in to do that chorus. You know what I'm saying? Like, we never really got to do anything after that because the Linx thing never really got to where it was supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? So, but, you know, the fact that he kept it funky when he saw us in the studio, though. You know, he dapped everybody off and was like, yeah, the song is hot. And, you know what I'm saying? I had no problem doing the chorus for us. So it was dope, man. It was dope. Rest in peace to him.
Right. Up until this point, can you give us a favorite tour memory and maybe a favorite tour lineup of going around during this time?
Oh man, it's so many. I'll tell you one thing though. Rest in peace to Big L. That was one of our better tours too. We did an overseas tour with Big L and AG, and this was probably one of the last shows that Big L did. And we were supposed to set up a tour, us and obviously him and AG headlining, and we'd probably be the opening act. You know, maybe with a couple of other acts. And you know, God bless his dad, we was never able to do that because he passed on before we could make that happen. I will say this though, doing a lot of the Honda shows, like we did a show in 1999, and oh man, it had to be like probably 20 of us, man. I mean, it was so who was it? It was Linx, it was Robotics, who else was there? Super Nat was there, the Beatnuts was there. Common was supposed to come, but he had to cancel last minute because it coincided with something he had already booked. You know what I'm saying? But that was probably one of the better tours that we did. It was just like, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. Like, so, I mean, it was so many different tours that I don't even think I could point one out, but a lot of the Honda tours were real good though. I mean, you know, as far as fan wise and, you know, just us putting on a real good show, those were some of the best.
How did the project do on Stimulated, the 6-song project, and what eventually happened with your deal over at Stimulated?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the project did well, you know what I'm saying, as far as us getting the love that we were supposed to get. But, I mean, other than that, I couldn't really say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, those dudes know that we should have been way bigger than what we were. But, I mean, you know, it ain't nothing to be mad at. Like I said, it kind of worked itself out in the long run because it gave me the chance to be a dad, you know what I'm saying, and really be here. So, yeah, I could be mad that I ain't make it and all that, but I mean, I got to experience something that a lot of dudes don't, and I got to watch my kids grow up. You know what I'm saying? I got to be a husband to my wife, a father to my kids, and I'm happy with that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. After that deal, is this where Missin Linx goes its separate ways?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, once that ended, I mean, I know Reek did the big city thing with him, Psycho Les and Probs, and I did a couple of features on that, but at that time, like, I'm really not feeling it no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of liking where I'm at in my space, you know what I'm saying? At being home and actually being around, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
the time aspect of things you can never get back. You know what I'm saying? Like, once something happened, that's it. It's over with. You'll never experience that again. So the fact that I got to, it's kind of a double-edged sword, because yes, you want to make it, you want to get big, you want to, you know what I'm saying? And who knows, if everything would have worked out the way it was supposed to do, then things would have been a little different. But being that you could see kind of where things is going, it's like, all right, now you got to start, weighing your options and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Looks like some great questions in the chat. You did a verse with Big Pun. Can you take us back to that moment?
Well, all right. So this what happened with that was when we did the Honda album H2. It was a song with me. It was AL. It was Cuban Link, and me, Rick, and Probs. So Pun was actually supposed to be on that song, and I don't know, something, it was something with the contract thing or whatever the case is, but they wound up putting Cuban on the song instead. So Cuban got on the song with us, but Pun was there with him and all that. You know what I'm saying? And we that was dope. That was so dope, though, just to have Pun in our presence like that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even when we went and shot the video, Pun was there, and it was all love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shouts to Cuban too, because that's my guy. Like, you know what I mean? So that actually worked itself out, and then to see Pun take off and do what he was supposed to do, that was amazing.
Right. Very dope.
Yeah.
In 2000, you went back to Linx recordings for Can't Be Stopped. Is that correct?
Something like that. I mean, that the Linx Inc. thing was more of us. Like, anytime we were gonna put something out, that was gonna be under Linx Inc. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it was so much that so much material that we had that just never was able to get put out because of whatever reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So it's you could call it an opportunity missed, or you could just call it whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I enjoyed the time we had, and we still all brothers. You know what I'm saying? But we still got material too that might be dropping soon too. So, you know what I mean?
Right. That timeline takes us all the way up to 2000. Can you tell us what you have been up to for the past 2 decades? What you got currently going on?
Well, I could tell you what. Right now, I'm on cloud 9. I got my youngest son. He's in an Ivy League college. My oldest son graduated from college with his master's degree. You know what I'm saying? So I've been doing that, man. I've been being a father, you know what I'm saying? I've been being a husband. I mean, I've been recording on and off, and, we put out little mixtapes here and there, but nothing major, you know what I'm saying? But, at this point in my life, man, I'm happy where I'm at, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like, the music not popping off the way it's supposed to gave me a chance to do what I really wanted to do, which was start a family, you know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at with that now. So there's nothing that happened that I regret as far as what it gave me the chance to do here at home, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm cool with that.
All right, Boston said you were able to get a cut in with Fred the Godson before he passed.
Yes,
can you talk about
dad.
that a little bit?
Yeah, Fred actually, my man Sterl, he knew Fred the God through his manager and all that. Like, they was all cool or whatever. And I grew up with my man Sterl or whatever. He's a couple years older than me, but he wound up plugging us in and all that. And then me and my man Twin, we was we was recording all that because he put the studio in his crib and all that. So we started recording, and then we was going to start the whole Smoked Out Productions thing, the SOP. We was going to start that back up. You know what I mean? And yeah, we was able to get Fred in to do maybe 4 or 5 songs, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, God bless the dad, yo. He was a real one. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely should have got way more flowers before he passed. You know what I'm saying? But that's music. You know what I'm saying?
I also seen something about a DreamWorks deal you had.
I was supposed to have that, and it never worked out. I'm things like that is like, I'm too loyal. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you only want me and you don't want my brothers, then we can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, at that time when that was going down, that was like right before Linx. You know what I'm saying? And it was on the table, but they ain't want to do it. So I was like, yo, if you ain't taking us all, then I can't do it, man. Like, sorry. You know what I'm saying? I mean, looking back in hindsight, I should have jumped all over that. You know what I'm saying? But,
Right.
it's cool. Those was my brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't doing nothing without them.
Did you end up linking with Chopped Herring for some old albums that they put out recently?
Nah,
You
nah.
know who Chopped Herring is?
Mm-mm.
They're like overseas where they go back and they get old demos
Right.
and they restore them and put them out recently. I think I seen something about Chopped Herring and Missin Linx, so I wasn't sure what the details to that was.
Nah, I mean it's funny though, man, because you could find links joints all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But you can't find who behind it. So that tells you where that goes. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Throughout all the years, what does Black Attack consider his greatest achievements?
Me being a father, me raising my kids. You know what I'm saying? Me being a husband. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was just talking about this with my wife the other day. It's funny how when you become a parent, like, yeah, you want to make the money, you know what I'm saying? And you want to be financially stable. You want to be able to, you know, provide and all that, right? But when you think about the time away, you know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, once it happens, you never witness it again. You know what I'm saying? They can tell you about it. You can hear about it. You can watch it on video or something like that, but you can never get back that actual moment. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, luckily for me, I was able to witness some of these great moments with my kids with their sports and, you know, being in different states and watching them do their thing and get busy and all that. Like I was actually there. I witnessed it with my own eyes. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to give that time up, man. And to me, that's my biggest accomplishment. You know what I'm saying?
Right. In 2021, how does Black Attack feel about the state of hip hop?
It's weird though, man, because you know, like there's some good songs out there and all that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm from the era where we actually rhymed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you had to rhyme, bro. Like a lot of these dudes don't rhyme. They just, you know, they say what they're gonna say, and yeah, the beats are good and the melodies are good and all that. But I mean, who really rapping right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, which is why I still stick to listening to the Locks, to X, to Nas, to Jay, to the, you know, the lyricists and all that. And no disrespect to, you know, that's not the disrespect. None of the dudes coming up. It's just not my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? The same way when we was coming up, the dudes that didn't like us was because we wasn't their cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know, hip hop is great and I'm always going to love hip hop, but it's just certain things that I won't listen to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't listen to it.
I feel you 100% on that. Can you catch us up on anything you're currently working on and what we can look forward to in the future from Black Attack?
Well, I've been in talks with, you know, me, Rick, and Prowse. We've been talking about, you know, putting something back together. You know what I mean? Because I know Rick got the 25-year anniversary actually of God Connections album. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna be putting that back through. I was talking with the mighty VIC. You know what I'm saying? We might do a verbal attack update. You know what I'm saying? Like an updated version of it or something like that. And you know, me and my man Twin, we was gonna do the SOP and put that back together and drop an album through that. So it's a lot of things in the works and all that. But you know, I was really focused on, you know, watching my kids do what they had to do. You know what I'm saying? And you know, God bless. You know, they was able to do it the right way. And you know what I'm saying? I was able to be here to witness it firsthand. And I tell you what, with that, can't nobody tell me nothing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Word.
Any avenues outside of music that you're looking to pursue in the future?
Nah, man. I mean, if it comes to the music, if I drop something, it'll most likely just be for the love. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but as far as that, dude, I'm real content where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm real happy with my situation. You know what I'm saying? With my living situation, my family situation. Like I'm actually genuinely happy. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
not like, damn, you know, I could do the music and I you know I could do all that or whatever, man. But I am really happy where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
Very good. You talked about a lot of songs that you did with DJ Honda. Do you think those will ever see the light of day?
Probably not. Probably not. I mean, Honda's moved on and he doing his old thing. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, me, it's, you know, like I said, and where I'm at, if it happens, it happens. If not, you know, I ain't mad at it, but it would be nice to, you know what I'm saying? Because I could tell you like this, we probably did close to 80, 100 songs that we've never released. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it was just recording day after day after day. So, you know what I mean?
Right. Well, Black Attack, I want to thank you for this opportunity.
Yes, sir. Yes,
For
sir.
everybody who's been keeping up with you over the past 20 some years, can you leave a message to those people, your supporters?
Oh yeah, man. I just want to say that I appreciate everybody who ever gave me a listen, anybody who ever, you know, copped the single or anything of that nature, man, or even congratulated my kids when I post their videos. I know y'all see I post that all the time. So, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm just appreciative of everything, man. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate you for having me on today and all that, man, for real.
No doubt. Can you tell the people where to keep up with you social media wise?
Oh yeah, you could always catch me on the gram, you know, Black and Tizzy. Facebook could just be my real name, man, Sean Boston. I don't really do the Twitter thing because that's you know, that's all next level. But you know what I'm saying? For the most part, you know, you'll see me post here and there on the gram, man. It's at Black and Tizzy.
Like I said, thank you so much and happy Father's Day to you and
All right.
congratulations to your kids. Let's keep in touch.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Thank you so much for joining me for episode 141 and thank everybody for joining me on this Sunday.
Yes,
And
sir.
got a lot more in the future coming up. Thanks again, Black and Touch.
I appreciate you, bro.
No doubt. Salute.
Peace. All right, man.